We are live, right?
Oh.
Folks, we are live. We're live. Well, welcome to Gamers Health. I am Eric Tenkar. This is my wife, Rach. And,
how you doing?
And what was that you were going to ask me, Rach?
I was going to ask you, did I just say, do it? I think I was going, do it when they had the hibachi guy was spraying the sake.
Spray the sake. You want sake?
Spray the sake.
Oh, my God.
I know we didn't have enough sake to be like unruly.
No, I think they watered down the sake on top of that.
Yeah.
But you want sake? I like, maybe should I? I'm the designated driver. I probably shouldn't be doing the sake. So, long story short, or short story shorter, today's my mother's birthday, and we're not gonna reveal how old she is because I don't want to get my butt kicked if my mother ever watches the overlay or the stream. I'm just making sure we put the chat overlay in before I forget. But
that's where that came from.
Yeah, I wasn't just channeling strange words. It was just it was what was in my mind at that moment. Kim, thank you. By the way, Kim, if you're not like a normal human being and celebrating New Year's Eve the normal way, we're going to be doing it here. So if perchance you want to get a little sloshed with friends, which is what we'll be doing on New Year's Eve, but we'll get to that. We'll get more to that later. So we took my parents out for hibachi tonight. We had reservations for 4:30 because we wanted to time it well so we would have time to take everybody out to look around at Christmas lights out in the famous / infamous Howard Beach. You know, it's a lot of people with bent noses, the Gaudis. They got lots of lights, and stuff. But the hibachi was a lot of fun. Our chef, cook, server, entertainer was in rare form.
Did a great job.
Threw an empty eggshell at my mother, which was great.
I didn't realize.
Yes, he really did. Yeah, well, we're gonna discuss how the holidays are tough for people. Vanishing Tower Press, welcome. Yeah, believe me, we'll hit that in the later part of the.
What is it?
The holidays are tough for people.
Oh yeah.
There are many reasons why.
Yes.
But we had a lot of fun with the hibachi. It was really sweet. My mother had a blast, which is even better. And
she was great at her age. She was like, because that he'd from his spatula he'd go boom to get it toward her face so that she could catch it.
First, he was hitting her with fried rice.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yes, it was clumps of fried rice, and then it was.
I got two
bits of cucumber or something like that.
Yeah, I got two squash. Whatever the squashes were.
Yeah, I what did you actually? But you didn't.
I never actually caught it. I got one that hit me here.
I got two on my nose.
I got one here, and I was so close. And then another one went in my eye.
Yeah, I got two on my nose, one on my eye. But telling you, it was marvelous. But it was a lot of fun. My mother really enjoys hibachi, and so we took them out for the anniversary like a month and a half ago, and then we told her we were going to take her out for her birthday, and we had a great time. We really did. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. And again, like I said, we drove around looking at Christmas lights, which means that I had to be the person who constantly had to be looking in my rearview mirror to make sure no angry driver was going to push me off the back streets of Howard Beach. I mean, they are aggressive drivers. Whatever you say about Jersey drivers, you get people on Howard Beach. They just want to get. I'm driving around at 5:45.
Yeah,
people just want to get the F home. They don't want these.
They're like, oh Jesus! These people that come and look at the lights.
Yes, it was. It was fun. It was a good time. So let's see, Rachel. Let's recap. What medical appointment? I didn't have any. Next week is my medical appointment.
Oh, I had 3 medical appointments. I had my post-surgical follow-up on Wednesday, which was good because it was video visit. And
Right.
then the next day I had 2 more appointments. I had one, they were at the same place. So the first one was my gynecologist, and she was telling me that I have like a condition that's like pre-cancer, of my uterus. So they're just gonna be like watchful waiting with that one. So I have to go back in 6 months for the same type of like procedure for the biopsy. And so what else?
She's gonna have to get her.
Yeah, if I want to not have general anesthesia in the hospital, I guess I need to lose 37 pounds by sometime in April. But I don't know if I can do that.
But that's after.
But it's not like necessary. They'll still do the procedure.
Right.
I'll still, but I do realize that I need to work more at shedding pounds because, having extra weight also brings extra estrogen, which is problematic for my body, both like because I had an estrogen receptive breast cancer, and this situation is due to an overproliferation, I guess, of tissue because of the estrogen level. So so I need to make efforts at that. So I got an appointment for like a weight management thing at the same hospital that does my cancer care and my gynae stuff. So we did that. And then the next day, of course, I had primary care.
And
I had the gastroenterologist. So I'm scheduled to have a colonoscopy in January. So yeah, my rite of passage into my 50s. I've been running from that for a while. And so like, my cancer doctor, one of my cancer doctors and my primary care were pushing me to kind of get that done. So I was relieved to hear from that doctor that having a history of breast cancer doesn't increase, your chances of having like polyps in your colon by very much. So that's a good thing. And so, oh man, this is fun. I ordered they sent a prep to my pharmacy, and they're like, oh, pick it up this week because they'll, send it, back into, whatever. Because they don't just leave it there, until you're ready to go and pick it up. So, or you're ready to have it mailed to you. So, my pharmacy on record in there is my, it's Eric's union plan. And
right.
For whatever reason, I found like it all sounded Gucci. Like at first, they're like, "Oh yeah, your order's gonna ship on such and such date." I'm like, "Okay, great," because like all my medicines come free from that pharmacy. Because everything I take is a generic, and this is a generic too, but they just don't cover it. So it seems.
A little fugazi.
So they're like, oh, well, give us a call. So I called yesterday and I said, oh, what's the problem? Why is my order on hold? And they're like, oh, well, that's because your insurance doesn't cover. I said, oh, okay. I said, well, I'll just go somewhere
Well,
else.
time out. The insurance doesn't cover it, which means they wanted to charge you $130.
Well, I didn't even engage that conversation at the time. I knew they were gonna fuck me.
Okay.
Pardon. But I knew they were gonna screw me over because like they're a little money hungry, you know, like they're a little dodgy like that.
Okay.
With some things. So I said, look, you know, no, I don't want it. I'll just have the doctor call it to another pharmacy so I can get the Good RX discount because that's like $30 odd, $33.70 or something.
And the retail fix is like $135.
123 or something like that.
Something ridiculous.
123.77. You know, and then I get like after the phone call, I get this email saying, "Oh well, the charge to you it's going to ship on this date." And the charge to you is $127, like whatever it is. And, you know, I'm like, shit.
And it's too late to cancel.
Because they have my credit. And, it's prepared so you can't cancel. So I was like, oh, well, they want to be scummy today. Because I already told y'all I don't want it.
You can see the woman I married, by the way. She's her Irish got up. By the way, she didn't call today.
Yeah, because we were gonna take his mom out. I don't want to like be pissed off and like I don't want to go and do that like right after I'm like, not so nice.
By the way,
not that they did it, but
Kim says that you can do it, Rach. It's tough. Trust me, I know. From when I did that a year and a half ago.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at it just as like a rite of passage that. When you get into your 50s, this is kind of what you have to do. So,
yeah, don't worry. I'm on that list of I still need to get my keister cleaned. Did you get your keister cleaned out yet?
Yeah, I don't know how people do it. I don't know how people go for like colonics and stuff like that.
Yeah. David, welcome. Good to see you, sir. So
I had to call them tomorrow and, kind of like, well, I got an email now tonight. Oh, your order's on hold. I'm like, oh, well, that's a relief. Let me call them and tell them to keep it on hold.
Yeah, don't unhold it.
I can be nicer to them now. Because, earlier today, I was just like, I don't know that I want to do this. I was like, maybe I'll just take that $100 hit, and, what I'll do is I'll just like I know my certain ones are free and they're always going to have to do it. But, anything that's like odd like this, that's like a one-off thing.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just have him call it to Frost so that, because he'll tell me the real deal. He'll be like, hey, listen, it's this much. You want to fill it or no? Or this is the discount. Where to go to get it?
Yeah. Yep. Kim lost 45 pounds.
Congratulations.
So
how did you do that?
I'm sure it was a lot of hard work. And
let me guess. Exercise.
Hard work
diet and exercise. Yep.
So hold on. I want to go back just because I want to. All right. Couldn't remember. I couldn't remember what something was called.
Oh.
So I wanted to go back and check my email.
Oh, yeah.
So, listen, no affiliate links for this one. And we're not going to be able to talk about it from experience for a while, but we actually ordered a Lumen today.
We heard about it on Thomas D. I can't remember the last name. I just know it starts with a D. But he's like this nutrition dude, and he's a buff guy. And, he always comes with, like, healthy options. Like we've gone and ordered like a lot of the stuff that he recommends, like the Incan seeds.
Oh, they're awesome.
There was another sugar thing, like a drink mix or like a pixie stick dust that's sugar free.
Which is pretty good.
If you like that kind of thing. So we trust him. And so he was talking up this thing.
And then, of course, on Facebook, I see an ad for Lumen. And I'm like, I'll look a little closer. and normally it's $2.99. This was $1.99, but there's it's basically it's a subscription service on top of that. But what Lumen does is it tells you what
does it measure ketosis kind of?
It'll tell you whether your body is burning fat, whether it's burning carbs at any particular moment.
And it's sort of like a breathalyzer.
So
that can tell you that.
Yeah. Kim, not really any exercise, a bit of light free weights to increase my metabolism.
Oh, yeah.
But only 2 to 3 times a week. I ate my big meal of the day in the middle of the day instead of at night.
Gotcha.
Okay, yeah.
Nice.
So, Lumen, part of the prescription, part of the subscription. You're talking about all these prescriptions.
Yeah.
Part of the subscription includes diet and coaching and meal plans. Apparently, for Lumen to properly work, you have to track your carbs, fat, and protein. It isn't so much a calorie tracker as it is making sure that you are balancing those three.
Is it a food journal too?
We're going to find out. We're going to find out. We should probably get it in about a week. So if you are a couple, there's a deal for 2 people using one device, which I don't think would work too well if you weren't a couple, because you got them blowing it. And if I had a brother, I don't think I'd want I don't think it'd like, oh my God. But if you are a couple,
you have to order the straws for the
for the breathalyzer straw.
Yeah.
If you're gonna blow into this.
And do we have to send it back to them to calibrate it every few months?
No.
Okay.
You don't have to do that either, Rich. Sorry. Don't flash back to work too much, girl. Don't flash back to work too much.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna give it a try. Apparently, you got to use it every morning when you awake, and you let it do its readings, and then you use it also again when you're working out, probably around mealtime. So it tells
and something too, it'll, if you do it before you do a test before you work out, it'll sort of guide you with some of what your workout should be. Should it be a cardio workout if you're burning?
Yeah.
And carbs.
Yeah.
If you're fat burning, they tell you to do like a strength training.
Wait, we'll find out.
Okay.
So listen, we both got to lose weight.
It's LUMIN.
Yeah. LUMEN.
Oh, okay.
I believe LUMEN, Lumen. So we will, over the next couple of weeks, next couple of months, we'll tell you how this is working for us. If nothing else, I'll make us more, think a bit more about
it'll change our consciousness about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is, part of the battle too, right?
Yeah.
So our Gardine update is growing like weeds.
We do have to replace the sensor, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to reach out because the sensor that tells you the water level, it just isn't working. I was hoping that we could have reset it, but it didn't reset. So then, but everything else is growing really well. Tomatoes are blossoming, so we should start getting tomatoes within the next
couple of weeks,
week to 10 days.
Mm.
Our lettuces are ready to get harvested. We could probably do that tomorrow, but we won't be doing that tomorrow because tomorrow we'll be having our
the following day. Yeah,
we're doing our leftover hibachi
for dinner.
Yeah, and which was damn good. And I've already been harvesting the bunching onions with our breakfast, so it's exciting. The peppers are beginning to get the hints of blossoms. So I'm really looking forward to it because there's so much stuff.
It's just so nice to have the herbs and the like lettuce and stuff in the winter that you grew on your own.
Yeah. There's just something about it. You know what is there. It's pesticide free, right? You know that it's the fertilizer you're putting into it because you're the one that's adding the fertilizer. You're the one that's in charge of all that stuff. So there's no surprises, which is honestly the best you can do, I think. So the the jury rig fix of the rightmost hose is holding up because we did a cleaning of the whole thing and refilled it with fresh water. So, where do you have this? The Guardian, we have it in our kitchen. So it's Gardyn, Guardian.
Well, he says they say garden.
Yeah, I say Guardian.
He says Guardian because it's like it's not a Gardien.
Right. But that's how it's.
But I guess we would say it the same.
They have an. I don't ever like really share the affiliate link. I probably should, but they have a new model out. So we have. Actually, I might have two new models out. I think we have the 2.0. They now have a 3.0.
And what is different with that?
Probably some upgrades. Some of the maybe the tubing, all that stuff. The base looks a bit different. Looks a bit snazzier.
Oh.
But they have a studio version now. The full size version, which what we have, has 30 plants. So it's 3 rows. And you get 30 plants. And it's got 2 light bars. The studio has 1 light bar.
And that's what,
it
like
has
18?
2 columns of 6. So it does 12. So that's if you have a smaller apartment. It's cheaper. The Guardian is not inexpensive. It has a cost to it. That's, especially if you do a subscription. Like we do the subscription because that gives us monitoring and...
Yeah, like it was priceless when it told us that
the water level.
When it was telling us the water level,
right.
and there's some sort of malfunction with that a year on, and then we had I guess they upgraded the motor to the pump. Yeah.
So, Kim, it does not take up the whole kitchen.
No.
All right. So here, I'm going to go hand-wise. It's probably about yay wide. Oh, yeah.
No, maybe longer.
Maybe not much longer.
Not much, though. No.
Okay. Probably about half as much deep. And about yay high. That's really
no. It's probably
the base is yay high.
The base is probably 5 foot. Like the whole thing in the kitchen is as tall as I am.
All right, but Rach, I'm talking about the base itself. The base where the water goes is not very high.
Oh no.
But for $99, you can get a wooden wheel trolley to put it on. That's a game changer. Honest to God, because now. You just go, oh, I need to get into that closet I only get into twice a year. I just roll it away. Need to water I can put it right up against the plants in the window. I need to water the plants in the window because they're getting great light from this thing now.
Yeah.
I just roll it out. It doesn't take up that much room.
It's really convenient and it's a nice little luxury.
Yeah, it's
and that's what it is because
it's a luxury. Yeah, but it is. I mean, last winter we didn't buy the lettuce for our salads for months on end.
Yeah,
we were constantly harvesting lettuce. We didn't have to buy too many tomatoes. We had tomatoes.
And the membership brings points to buy
new plants.
So if you have your lettuce that's bloomed out, you can bring in the next lettuce or bring in the next peppers or whatever it is that you want.
Yeah, that has been awesome.
Our one mistake was getting the strawberries.
Yes, because the strawberries were something new.
They brought aphids.
Yes.
And
they were delicious.
They were delicious, and we got hooked on them. We were like, oh, let's get a few more plants. And then we got a shit ton of aphids.
Yeah, and that's when we had to do the deep cleaning because the pepper plants from that first batch were still going strong a year later. Still producing a year later. Mm-hmm. That's amazing. Yeah. So, all right, I guess we'll kind of transition into our topic because it is the holiday season, right? I know technically the holiday season starts around Thanksgiving. we this was a very polarizing fall for some people.
Yeah.
You know, we've all seen the videos of I'm not going to see my family for the holidays. Well, you know what? That's like a first world problem, right? Because let's be honest with you. If you can say that, more power to you. But a lot of people aren't going to see their family for the holidays because of distance, because of illness, because of passing. Kim, do you pick which plant you want? Yes, yes, you do. By the way, your initial pick, they're going to give you a choice of 3 balanced picks. One's an herb, one's a flower, and one's a vegetable and herb. We went vegetable and herb. But after that, you pick your own.
Oh, we have a couple of flowers in there.
We do. Yeah.
Snapdragons.
You know, so.
Yeah. Purple snapdragon.
I listen, I love the Gardene. If you want, you know, PM me later. I'll take some pictures of what's going on with it right now and what it looks like, where it is. I'll take a distance shot so you can see how it.
Yeah, I would say though that it's as tall as I am.
Yeah,
and maybe a little wider.
Yeah, but you know, just Kim, PM me on Facebook. I'll get you some pics of it in action. But yeah, last question: did you order it direct? We ordered it direct.
Mm-hmm.
I ordered the accessories on Amazon. I think the only accessories that you would want right from the start,
the wheels,
is the wheels. Again, it's a game changer.
And then we have like a little bed of for a seedling bed.
Right, you could jury rig your own. They tell you how to do it. But
yeah,
it's just easier. It comes with the initial fertilizer. I will tell you that you do not need to buy their fertilizer, by the way. You can buy a hydroponic fertilizer that will, I don't know, give you 10 times the fertilizer for the same price. So that's the one thing I stepped away from them on, and it's worked fine. So yeah, I could. Mm-hmm. If you have questions, PM me. I'll tell you what we're doing and how we're doing it. Again, we've had it for a year. We actually bought it for ourselves as our anniversary gift last fall, and I've got zero regrets. Zero. Well, except for the strawberries, and even then, I mean it
was a tasty regret.
It was a tasty regret. I learned which plants resist aphids better than others.
Yeah, you know what? That's what it is. You know, you run into your things and you learn, and it's just pretty cool.
Yeah, like chives are pretty much aphid resistant.
I mean, it's nice because aphids don't be. They don't bring other creepy crawlies.
Yeah,
and
they don't infest the rest of your house.
Yeah.
You know, it was kind of confined to the plants. It's just that we had to do a real big cleaning job just to make sure it was sterilized afterwards. So, but yeah, we're gonna the holidays. Rach and I, our son Chris, his wife, they're out in Salt Lake. Now we're gonna see Chris for like
this
2 days
because he's coming.
He's coming out for a job fair, but the reality is that you feel it more during the holidays, right? Now, when I say the holidays, I'm talking Christmas, Hanukkah season, the seasons that generally families gather at, right? This is what we do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and my household, it's even more so because my mother's birthday and my niece's birthday was today. My sister's birthday is Tuesday. So this whole season is about family.
Yeah, and that's interesting too because like my family, my dad's birthday was the 2nd. My brother's birthday was, is the 17th. His passing was in the fall time. So 2 people that, are missing from my life that I still think about, around this time of year.
Yeah, and
Carl and Mary Lou.
Barbara. You have family members that were fixtures at holiday dinners, and then suddenly they're no longer there. I know earlier in the chat, Vanishing Tower Press was talking about you're going to work the holidays. I was a cop for 20 years. And I was blessed that I was initially in a fairly specialized unit. So the way the holidays worked for us, and this was, you had an 8-man squad. Okay. Christmas and New Year's. Who has little kids at the house? All right. You 4 are off Christmas. You 4 are off New Year's. We split it. Right? We were lucky we could do that. If I was on patrol, and then I was on patrol, you would tell me work on the holidays. When I was the Comstat sergeant, I volunteered to work the holidays for those that needed to be home for the kids. I would do that. But the reality is, like my father worked for the phone company. There were many a holiday my father was not around for. Mm. But you saw him before or after. What about the people that you don't see anymore? Or again, they're not necessarily those that are deceased, but this is also when you feel family strife. Like we're hearing it because of the election or whatever. But
there's other family strife that goes on. That's deeper than that.
Right. That is what I would consider to be real family strife, not this bullshit. I'm having a tantrum. This is the families that have that lock people out of their lives for years or decades.
Right. Families with cutoffs. In there.
It happens, and then the worst part of those is when somebody passes and you never fix that shit.
Yeah.
I'm lucky that my family has never really had that, but I've seen it in the families of friends, and
mine has, but it's not in the immediate.
Right.
Yeah.
So, listen, you can go on Facebook right now and look at the posts and comments from friends of yours. I'm not going to go deep into the whole conversation of Facebook friends aren't really friends. I'm not going to argue that point. I think Google Plus did it better. They called it people that were in your circles. You had similar interests. I think that made a lot more sense. But there are people that are Facebook friends that are your actual friends and acquaintances in real life too. And if you go on Facebook, you are going to find people that that are feeling the season. They're feeling everything gets accented and accentuated and amplified.
Yes.
During this season. So the highs, the joys become much more joyful, and the sorrows become much more sorrowful. And personally, for me, I've always felt that the best way to trudge through that, and it's a slog, don't get me wrong, it's not going to be easy, but it is with friends or family. And if you are someone who the holidays are a joyful time for you, God bless you. They are for me.
Yeah.
Even with the losses that we're feeling even this year. Reach out to a friend or a family member that's feeling the season. Remember, it's also, you get that seasonal depression too. It all amplifies. Right now, what is the shortest night? The 21st, the 22nd?
21st.
So
the winter solstice.
21st is coming up. If you are somebody that suffers from, again, they call it seasonal depression, but
or any type of depression.
But seasonally gets even worse.
Right, because of the light issue.
Yeah. Now is the time to reach out to people.
You know, and also maybe make a plan for yourself too, like plan some enjoyable activities or soothing activities. You know, like whether it's like something that you do with a friend or something like that. Like we're gonna go and see a comedy show.
Oh yeah,
next week. I think we don't have it's not Saturday night.
I think it's Saturday night, so we'll be Sunday.
Yeah. So we're gonna go and see a comedy show next week, and that's something that's fun to look forward to.
We're gonna see Seinfeld.
It might not exactly be like holiday related,
right?
But things that like bring you joy, just so that you have like something like, oh, it's 2 more weeks until this, and like things to look forward to. You know, things that excite you and things that make you count down. Like this one, you're probably counting down for the for PageCon. I think that's the first one that we have.
Page and then Total.
Yeah, and Total Con. Like, you know, these things like they are written in bold print on our appointments list.
right on my second screen. Right on my second screen.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, just being able to like plan those kinds of things, even if you like, you know, take plan like a self-care day, like whether it's like getting a haircut or getting some type of spa service or like a massage or, you know, something like that to, you know, look forward to and just, you know, enjoy and kind of leave everything at the door.
Yeah, it's
and just relax.
You know, we feel losses, in my experience, at the times that we think about people that we lost. And what are those times? Those times are usually family gatherings, right? And it's like you go, oh, well, usually Cousin Carl would be here and we'd be talking about this. Or, wow, you remember my Christmases when our son Chris was always here, being a pain in the ass, and now he's out in fucking Utah.
Thank God he's still a pain in the ass.
Yeah, he's still a pain in the ass. The pain in the ass part hasn't changed.
Yeah, so we don't have to grieve it too much.
But the reality is, you know...
And he still comes in, you know.
He's still coming. I'm surprised he hasn't called us yet during the show. I'm just throwing it out there. But you aren't the only one that is feeling an emptiness or a loss at the table.
Yeah. You know, something too that you can do to kind of help yourself. Like, this is something that I've started to do as I've gotten older. Certain things I feel nostalgic for, you know, and make me think of what things like some of the positive things, you know, how some of those things were, and like doing certain things, watching certain things like with my family. So, you know, being able to do that with like people now, or even just doing it on your own, like you know, some of the Christmas specials that we used to watch, bringing some of that nostalgia in, or like for example, I'm not sure if you can see it behind me.
What?
But there is no, you can't.
What?
It's overshadowed by the Stanley Cup, but there's a little ceramic Christmas tree, like, you know, it's like this Christmas tree that I guess everybody in this area, like if you were raising a family back in the 70s, you went to a ceramics class and you made a green ceramic Christmas tree with a Christmas light, and it was rigged with a light bulb inside.
Right. Some of them you could wind up and it would play a little Christmas carol.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like when I saw that when we were doing some shopping at you know, a nursery, and I was like, oh my God, my mom used to have these. You know, and of course his mom was like, I still have mine. And, you know, so she has that in her space, but I wanted one in my space. So, you know, I picked that up. Who knows? Maybe next year we'll get a bigger one because our cat can't really handle having a real Christmas, like not real.
A real fake Christmas tree.
A real fake Christmas tree that you put ornaments on. Because like when we were away and like last year we had to get rid of our tree because she kept knocking it down. Like, because she'll pull on the branches with her teeth.
Yes.
Or pull at the ornaments with her teeth or bat at it with the paws. And so it just goes down. And so we can't have the Christmas tree in here. So I just moved that out to the bedroom after the first time she knocked it down when we were away. So, yeah, now that ceramic one is in here. And now I feel like, oh, we're probably going to need a bigger one for here.
Need a bigger one. Need a bigger, better.
Yeah, bigger ceramic one.
But
yeah, bringing those things that you remember, or even like some of the rituals that, you know, maybe certain family members used to do that brought comfort around this time of year, and like incorporating them into what we do.
Yeah. I mean, and that's part of it is, and I think I've said this other times and other videos. Nobody is an island. Okay. I am blessed. I have Rach in my life. Okay. But I am also blessed that I have so many friends. They're not people that I see on a daily basis or a weekly basis. I might only get to see like Bad Mike at certain North Texas only these days. But I see Mike once a week online as we do our videos, and we chat throughout the day and we call throughout the week. And these are my friends.
Yeah.
And those connections are what keeps me going through the times that feel empty, and sometimes you feel lost. My hardest times was 9/11 was a time where my friends list had shrunk, and I was single, and there was a lot of stress, and you didn't know necessarily how to deal with it. Well, right now there are people going through their own personal 9/11s, right? And I'm not just politics-wise, sure, but just people in their own lives. They've got health issues, they've got emotional issues, they've got relationship issues, and the holidays take all that and they turn it into Spinal Tap. It all goes to 11. It all goes to 11. And as a friend, the best that you can do is to be available to these people, your friends. Don't shove yourself on them, but let them know. Hey, if you ever need to talk, we can talk. I'll be there. That's all. You don't have to say, hey, listen, you need to talk, so I'm going to call you. No. Okay, you're not Christ. You're not a Christ figure. Okay, you're there to support. Okay, you're there to be. Hey, listen, if you're really feeling lonely, dude, I'm a phone call away. And that apply in this world, this generation that we live in. You can have friends around the world, on the other side of the pond or the other side of the world. You can do Skype or Discord, and you can have conversations, and you can connect. This is the time of the year where we should be looking to make additional connections.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and I really deeply feel that. Kim, last year I didn't even put out any Christmas decorations other than a little 12-inch one. I did at least buy a 5-foot flocked artificial one this year. I decorated it with D&D ornaments and old and nostalgic handmade ones.
See, our D&D ornaments are too big for the little tree that I got.
And yes, I'm rich and friends. I wish all of you live closer. You
Yes.
know, I say it all the time, but then here's the thing. If I live closer to some friends, I live further away from other friends, right? I look at my regular gaming group, and we have Connecticut, Georgia, Tennessee, far reaches of Pennsylvania, like the west end of PA. I wouldn't have these friends, and honestly, they are good friends. I wouldn't have these friends if it wasn't for
Connecting online.
Mm-hmm. You know, and I think it's a blessing. Some people consider social media a curse. It's a curse if you let it be.
They're all tools, and it's all on how you use them.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I saw an article yesterday. I pointed out to Rach. A couple was a gun shot a couple in Mexico. No, the gun was a tool. Some fucking murderers shot a couple in Mexico. Well, the same thing goes with the internet. You know, people are assholes with or without the internet. Just that they get to reach out and touch somebody further away.
Yeah.
If you learn. You know, we'll probably, in 2025, we'll probably put together, we'll do a Gamers House about some ways to tweak your social media to be more manageable, to make it more to your health.
Oh, okay.
I think that we could
picking and choosing what you need and don't need from social media. Yeah.
I mean, I will tell you,
because some of it I love it. I like some of it is like you know, really helpful to me. Like you know, whether it's I find meditations or certain like just life affirming things on there, you know, that are really valuable.
You know, I
exercise things, you know, listen, all sorts of different
If you're on Facebook, I think the most important thing is to curate your groups. Join groups that have your interests and avoid groups that are things that are going to upset you. And learn how to unfollow people. Retro Wizard, welcome. I mean, I see people, again, friends of mine that I've known for years, thanks to the miracle of social media. And I see how they react to whatever events are going on and how people, even how people are reacting to the assassination last week of the CEO of one of our health companies. And I'm just like, you know what? If I've got people talking about events in a way that I find disturbing, I don't need to go through the whole drama of unfriending. I just unfollow. By unfollow, it means that I don't have to hear from you anymore. But you can still follow me. But I don't have to have
your feed coming on. Whatever coming up in your feed.
Because there's some people that like to stir shit, but then at the same time, they maybe like to make good comments and follow whatever you're doing. I don't need to be following that, though. I don't need to unfriend. Unfriending is one step away from blocking. And if I'm gonna unfriend you, I'm probably gonna get close to blocking you anyway. So, but again, that's a whole other episode. We could really do a lot of time on that one because I think there's a lot of nuance to it, and I think it applies to the different, like what you do on Facebook and Blue Sky and X is all a little bit different.
I don't really mess with any of that.
Yeah, I don't know what to do on Instagram. All I know is that anybody that tries to include me in a conversation on Instagram has what do you call it? One of those OnlyFans channels.
Oh.
I'm just like, I don't know why this person is messaging me and 7 others, but
Yeah.
that's all that Instagram is. I don't even know why I still have an Instagram account because I never share anything on it. But tells me the type of community. Ugh. But honestly, like I was saying,
That's another thing. You have to curate your feed or whatever.
you do have to curate it because it's your own mental health, right?
Yeah.
If all you hear on social media is like during the political season, I was just
Yeah, like
unfollowing
I know
people
people
left and
that
right.
post on it like several times a day. That one I do have, and yeah, I enjoy that too. But some people can get very soapboxy
Yeah,
on there, but
Retro Wizard, you're very welcome. That's the reason what the Discord is there for, and I like to highlight those that are creatives. It's, it's one of the little things that I can do for the creatives in our industry is to give them their own designation. Who's a designer and maker, and you can see our kitty cat right above my shoulder, right there. She blends in, right, Sadie? She's on the back of the chair.
oh,
There we
those
go.
was like for you, huh?
Hi, Sadie.
Yeah.
Now you turned around. Thank you, young lady. So, listen, the best during the holiday season, okay, the best gift you can give somebody, in my personal opinion, is to be a friend that will listen.
Yeah.
If you have somebody in your life, whether they're a friend or a family member that's going through the holiday doldrums, depression, don't judge them. Just let them have a shoulder that they can
Let
lean
them
on,
vent. Let
and
them.
an ear they can talk to.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's what.
Sometimes the old people needed to be heard, listened to. So.
So Retro, yes. Our kitty is. We've had her now for 4 years. She found us.
Mm-hmm.
She was an underfed stray, but she had a home because she was fixed, and she was our outdoor cat for about 3 months. And literally the day after her predecessor was put to sleep because she had cancer, this one cried at the back door in the rain. And when we opened it up to feed her, she walked her ass right into the house.
Well, no, she was calling up from earlier.
Well, yeah.
She was calling up to the window.
Yeah.
Because our window faced the backyard, like in the kitchen and this room, and so she was like on her chair, calling up, meow, meow.
I know.
And then when I got off work, we went downstairs to see.
Yeah, it's like I know something's changed.
Come in.
Well, I didn't expect her to walk her ass right into the house.
And she did.
I had to go running down to the basement to get a cat carrier. I was like,
yeah.
Holy crap, let's get. Come on, you want more food? Let's go. Let's go into the house, into the kitty.
And then you had to like push her from behind for the last little bit. She was so mad.
She was insulted. But yeah, she's a sweetheart. She's our little girl. But yeah, I mean, listen, I'm 57. I before I became a cop, I spent 8.5 years working retail. I learned to hate Christmas and the Christmas season. I worked for a major department store.
Aye.
Then I became a cop, and I learned to appreciate the holidays. But as a cop in New York City, you don't get off holidays. You get paid for 11 holidays, but they're in lump checks twice a year. You don't get to say, oh, it's July 4th. You're probably working a detail. Oh, it's Christmas. Well, you know what? There's minimum manning. You're probably not getting off. So when I was in a position where I could let somebody on patrol get off because I was I had a desk job. I'd cover because it would suck to not be there, right, for your kids. And I had cops that had to work through it. And my father, when I was a kid, we had to work all the holidays for the phone company. And that's why for me, as a cop, I guess it wasn't that.
It wasn't that odd.
It wasn't that odd. It's like we working holidays. I remember making bargains when Rach and I first got married. I was like, oh man, I really want to go to the Poconos for a couple of days around Thanksgiving because, and I was like, and it's like, all right, listen, this is right after this is right after Hurricane Sandy, and I was like, I will do the detail. I will work the 15-hour day if I can get off that Friday because I was already off the weekend. They're like, you're volunteering to work Thanksgiving as a detail? I'm like, yeah. So, because it gave me time with, but I miss Thanksgiving. I miss the family gathering. But some occupations are like that. A lot of occupations are like that. And if somebody in your family is going to be missing from the table because they're working, or if you're that person that's working, God bless you. I've been there. I've done it. And I think too the holidays, especially if you are a parent, you start feeling those thoughts of, wow, I had to miss graduation, I had to miss the award ceremony. Now I'm missing Christmas. And I know it's not easy, but if you're in this community, you're not alone. I think that people forget. I see some posts from people on social media, usually on Facebook, and you read a post and your heart goes out to somebody who feels so alone, and you wanted to go, if you're part, I'm getting them in my feed because they're a Facebook friend, but I don't know them personally. They're usually somebody who's following me because of what I produce. And the thing comes down to is like, if you're posting this on social media, you must know some of these people. You must converse with somebody directly, one-on-one. Converse with these people. Don't just throw it into the wind and hope that somebody randomly reaches out to you. Reach out to your friends. That's what they are friends for. I remember when I was younger going through a miserable holiday, and because you're single, I did reach out to my friends in my old gaming group. And they listened to my shit, and then they told me where to stick it, and let's game. Retro Wizard. Yep. I did my 20. I've been retired for 8. The Orcs of the Thar Gazetteer. I'm pronouncing it like Rob because Rob confuses me with pronunciation sometimes.
What is it?
Gazetteer.
How do you spell it?
Gazetteer.
Yeah,
Gazetteer. But I've also heard it as Gazetter.
No.
I know. But 'tis not for me to see or say. Just for me to, I don't know, remind everybody to look out for your friends, look out for your family, look out for yourself. Okay? I mean, as a cop, I saw one thing happen way too often during the holiday season. And that's a permanent solution to a problem that's a temporary problem.
Yeah.
problems feel worse during this season. That's why if you're going through issues, if you're going through that moment of self-doubt, reach out to a friend. Okay? I wish I could, tell you that, the holidays are always going to be easy. They're not. I've had some miserable holiday seasons.
Yeah.
Uh,
Is it the text line going down there for
what?
the
No,
permanent solution thing?
no, I don't know if I have it set up on Restream.
Oh, okay. We need to.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that because it's something that
Forgot about that it was different.
Yeah, we're doing it. It's no longer StreamYard; it's Restream.
Okay.
And the thing is, permanent solutions for temporary issues are never the way.
Right, for temporary feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if you're feeling that way, reach out to somebody. God knows, if you're listening to this, you probably know how to find me on social media.
Yeah.
If you're getting to that point, reach out. Okay. We know each other well enough that at the very least I'll be a good listener. Sometimes that's all you can do. Sometimes that's all that's needed. You have anything else, Rachel? Because I'm the amateur in this field.
Yeah, I mean, it's like even too, like being able to plan if you know that you get depressed this time of year, like, sometimes even like with people that are close to you, being able to say like, yeah, this is a really hard time of the year for me. I might need to call on you, and
Right.
speak with you, or just, have extra support and be able to make plans for that so that people, it's like any other illness, like we both have our chronic illnesses that we have to make plans for and educate each other about, educate our family about, so that they understand what they see from us, so that they understand when we ask them for certain things, or maybe at times aren't able to do certain things, or that we have to find workarounds for others. But being able to make a plan for like, okay, well, if I start to feel my depression, what can I do? And being able to, like, some people like having like a written plan of what they would do in that situation. And carry it out when they feel like, they start to think about, final solutions.
Yeah. And you have to remember too, I mean, as a community, we lose a number of people to illnesses and old age constantly. 2024 was a rough year for this gaming community. We lost a lot of people. The most recent was probably James Carpio.
Yes.
That was literally out of the blue, but we've lost others, and the reality is gamers get older. Our founders are getting older. And there's going to be, space at the gaming table that normally would be filled by somebody else.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong in remembering those that have added to our lives by being part of it that we've lost. And that's something like I will be thinking about as we go through this holiday season and go into con season for 2025, because there's going to be people that I was used to seeing that I'm going to be going,
oh, yeah.
They're not there. And that's rough. But at the same time, I think the best we can do in those situations is to talk about the people that we've lost.
Yeah, sharing the fond memories,
Yes.
like that was something about James's memorial that was so powerful. Each person was able to tell their story about James,
Yeah.
and
Many different facets.
yeah, we learned, like we knew we had been around him, but
Yes.
especially me, you know, I didn't. I learned so much more about James.
All right. So maybe other lessons are trying to learn more about the people that are in your life and in your community before it's.
Yeah, and even bringing like some of the traditions that they might have had with running games, like certain things that they would bring to the table, like figuratively and literally, and being able to work those kinds of things in, um, to honor that person and to really feel their connection and, honor what they gave to the community.
Yeah. So, well, we've went a little bit long, which is not uncommon for us. It's actually a good thing. So, listen, as usual, thank you all. Got some new faces, which is always awesome.
Yeah, welcome, guys.
Next Saturday will be actually on Sunday. Okay. Also, New Year's Eve, Rach and I are going to be doing our now traditional Gamers Health New Year's Eve hangout.
Yes.
So it'll probably kick off around 11:30 Eastern, and we'll try to stick on till when you Central Timers hit your midnight.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll make it to Mountain Time, but I don't think we have too many viewers in Mountain Time. But I'm just saying.
I think the California guys might come.
They might.
And,
but we will, by the way, for the New Year's show, I will put up a link. I'm not sure where yet, but I'll let you all know next week where we're going to put up a link. So any of the regulars can come in, join in when they want to. It'll be a really good hangout.
So they're going to be able to join us through video if they wish. Oh, that's so cool.
Get David, get Kim, get John and Tom, and drop in, drop out. Why not? Make it a fun time. All right, folks. On that note, as always, be safe, be well. God bless. Roll the dice, roll them well. I'll be back again tomorrow with another video. Don't ask me what yet. I have no clue.
Well, thank you for joining us, and
yes,
I usually say this where stay well, stay happy, stay healthy.
Amen. All right, folks.